Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Tuesday, and welcome to Living Luxuriously for Less here on Amazon Live. I have something special in store for all of you. Today, we are going to be talking about DIY wedding essentials, and this is great for event planners. This is great for DIY brides, mothers of the brides. Hi, Wanda. Welcome. You guys say hello as you're coming in. So we are super duper excited about tonight's live stream. Right now, we're getting ready to enter into wedding season, and I thought now would be the perfect time to go in and kind of share candy a lot of the things that I have learned along the way in terms of planning weddings and events. So, what I've been seeing a lot more now than ever, Michelle, is I've been seeing a lot of brides that are on a budget. So, they're like, hey, I want to have this wedding, I want to get married, but I'm on a very limited budget. And so I'm going to dedicate tonight's live. We're going to talk about how to DIY a wedding on a budget and still make it look beautiful. And these are items that I have personally incorporated into the designs that I've done over time. And you can find them all on Amazon. And so if you guys have any questions, feel free to engage in the chat. If you are watching me over on YouTube, you can actually also like watch me simultaneously on Amazon. If you're watching me on TV, you can also watch me on your phone. And so I would like to welcome you all in. So come on in, say hello tonight. Let me know who you are, where you're joining us from, and I will be so excited to shout you out by name. And so with that being said, we're going to get started. So the first thing that I would say, if you're getting married, you want to have a beautiful backdrop. Now, you don't have to have a backdrop or a focal point just, for the guests to be able to take pictures, candy, and then turn around and have something different for your wedding backdrop. So what I recommend, if you are on a budget or if you are working with a bride that is on a budget, you want to get like a flower wall that you're able to use for your ceremony, and then you can turn around and put your table in front of it for your reception, and then you can take pictures with it with your guests. You can move the table out of the way after the dinner portion of it, and then you can use that as a photo opportunity, and it's a great way to save money. Now, I've shared this greenery flower wall. Hey, Anita, I've shared this with you guys many times, but y'all, right now, it is 28% off. This is the cheapest this flower wall has ever been, okay? It is the cheapest it has ever been. And I've used it in numerous designs. I've added flowers to it. I've used it by itself. I've used it so many different ways. I'm just going to show you guys some of the different ways that I've used it. But this is the perfect piece. When I say the perfect piece, it's the perfect piece, you guys, to add. Hey, Vita. Hi, Mona Chica. Thank you all so much for joining. This is the perfect piece to add into your weddings and to your events, okay? And so, it is on 28% off right now. I'm going to showcase some of the ways that I have utilized it. You can use it by itself. You can add flowers to it. But this is an 8x8 flower wall. And this is the price point for that flower wall right now. So when you can see my screen, just type in "I can see it." And I'm going to show this flower wall to you guys. You are not going to believe this. You're just not going to believe it. When you can see my screen, type in "I can see it." So I recently did. Okay, perfect. Let me do this. Let me go over to Facebook. Since let me do this so we can find it really quickly. We're going to head over to Facebook, and I'm going to show you all like the different ways I've used this particular flower wall. Now, most recently I used it in a for my, this is the way it looks.
These adjustable poster stands can be adjusted from 3.9 inches all the way up to 75 inches to optimize the post. If you have a graduate for 2026 or...
My bad. Hold on. So this is a flower wall.
These adjustable poster stands can be adjusted.
This is a flower wall in the back, and it's an 8x8 flower wall. It's $279, and you can add things to it, and it's an 8x8. So it goes on really, really easily. And like I said, I've used it. I've added flowers to it. So I'm going to show you guys another time where I have, so you can see the flower wall. You can kind of see, it's 8 feet wide and 8 feet tall. Just to give you an example, and that's an 8-foot poster board in front of it. I also used it for a women's conference, and
the difference between a setup looking
in the back. And so I thought it was absolutely stunning. You see how you can add the flowers to it, add different colors. I always start with the green. This is the cheapest this wall has ever been, y'all. Cheapest it's ever been. And so I have been loving this. And again, right now it is on deal for 28% off, and I have not seen it cheaper, even when they have run other deals. It's this one company that I love to get them from, and so y'all, a steal of a deal. So if you want a clean look, you can definitely start with just a plain green flower wall and kind of go from there. Okay, I have used it just as it is. I have used it so many different ways. You can, just kind of switch it up. You can add a bow to it. Y'all, it's just so many different ways to use it. And it's an 8x8. So welcome Vita, welcome Phyllis, welcome Sophia, welcome Desiree, welcome everyone. Okay. All right. So let me share this with you guys. Hold on. This is me actually putting the piece together. Hopefully you guys can see, if you can see my screen. Hey, Kim. Yes, I'm hanging it on a backdrop stand, and it's 4 pieces. Okay. It's not see-through. It comes in 4 different pieces. It's very lightweight. And I have these backdrop stands linked in the carousel. And so it's a really, really nice piece. And maybe it was at that time the introductory. But with this, you don't have to worry about shipping. You don't have to worry about anything. It's not see-through. And it's through Amazon. So if you have any issues, you don't have to worry about any of that. Okay. This is a introduction. I do remember this. I did this one when it first came out, but this was like a couple of years ago prior to, all of the increases. We know that we've seen increases all around lately. And so that is one of my favorite flower wall pieces. And so I wanted to showcase that one. Again, $279. The sale is going to end in 6 hours and 47 minutes. So this is a great wall. And again, if you're planning an event, you're on a budget, you don't know quite where you need to cut, listen, start with a great backdrop. If you don't have experience putting a backdrop together, this right here makes a statement by itself. Okay. And then you can use it for your, number one, you can use it for your wedding. You can get married in front of it. Then you can put a table in front of it, use it for your reception. And then after the dinner part, you can move the sweetheart table out of the way and use it to take photos for your guests. So that's a nice, clean way that you're able to do that with your backdrop and get all the bang for your bucks. Okay. And so that is one of my favorite tips that I like to use, especially when someone is on a budget. Any questions there, you guys? Any questions? Now, next, I want to show you guys something else that I am loving right now, and that is spandex tablecloths. Now, if you're on a budget and you're looking at like doing something on a budget, you don't have a whole lot of money, and you want to keep it clean and beautiful, white linens is, in my opinion, is always the way to go. Now, if you go into a venue, you add white linens and you add like the white folding chairs. You don't have to have anything over the top. It looks really clean. It looks really elegant. And sometimes less is more. And so these are some of my new favorite pieces. They are spandex. And you see how instead of them connecting under the table, they have like a little ruffle. You can get them in like the 8 feet. You can get them in the, and they have a ruffle. You see the ruffle? I'm going to show you guys. Let me show you the video again. But you see how this venue, it does not have anything. Just the spandex linen and the white tables, the white chairs, right? And it just looks absolutely amazing. It looks amazing. And you do not have to worry about, isn't that beautiful? Yes, and they come round. They come round. They come rectangular. You can just put them in the washer and the dryer and wash them. They're easy to store and launder. And so they have like just a little ruffle. They don't connect under the bottom. They just have that little ruffle around the sides. And so they are quickly becoming some of my favorite linens. And if you are on a budget, and you can get your linens, you can buy them in a 10-pack or 12-pack. I'm just showcasing a 6-pack. They don't have to be ironed, absolutely. And so yeah, they wash well. They don't have to be ironed. They are really a game changer summer. And so these can come in a 6-pack. They can come in a 10-pack, 12-pack. Right now, you can get 2 of the spandex white ones on deal. So if you're hosting like a family reunion or if you're hosting a graduation party, these are some excellent pieces to add. Yes, Rosalind said got them in the round and the rectangular. I would definitely go in with these right here. I would probably start off with the white first because for the rectangular ones, I would start with the 8-foot for the white. Because here's the thing. You can always put a bigger tablecloth. Like even if you had to put an 8-foot tablecloth spandex on a 6-foot table, you can kind of ruche it some where it makes it work. But if you get like one that's too small, you cannot stretch it to make it big enough. You know what I mean? So I always like to go bigger. I would go with the 90 by 156 or the one that says for an 8-foot table. That's what I would start with, okay? And I would, in the rectangular, I would do that, and I would do it for a 6-foot table. Because most tables in the rectangular one are 6 feet. And so you can get the 2-pack. They come in multiple colors. But if you're planning a graduation or some type of DIY celebration, you definitely want to start out with this. Okay? You definitely want to start out with this one. Any questions? That's a great question, Blessed. They are absolutely great pieces to have. And they come in the round. So if you're planning a wedding, you want to do round, do the round. I would add maybe if I'm on a budget with a wedding, I try to stay away from colors. So I like pinks, greens, really light colors, like maybe a taupe color. You want something to look very neutral, and it doesn't really tell how much money you spent when you stay with whites and greens and maybe small hints of pink. Okay. Hold on just a second. Now, I had another question. You're welcome, Blessed. And if you are watching me or you joining us from YouTube and you're wondering how to shop, I'm going to link it down in the description, down in the comments, okay? You're welcome. Feel free to join in. I can also see your comments as well. It is a very nice flower wall, Dunzel. Hi, Pamela. You ordered the 6-foot. So Pamela is saying she ordered both the 6-foot and the 8-foot. Yes, they're great for communion tables, Valerina. Is that Valerie Nash? Yeah, so out of the black or the white, you guys tell me. I tell you what I would start with. Thank you, Mary Blue. So some people are asking me, Would you start with the white or would you start with the black in the spandex linen? What is your opinion? I'll tell you mine, but what is yours? Let me see what you're saying in the chat. What would you start with first? That's the question. The question is, which one would you start with first? I think I've already told you guys. And if you're wondering, you guys, where to shop these items, I've linked it down below. So yes, absolutely. I would start with the white first. And I think Desiree made a great point. She said, I would start with the white. Summer is coming and you can pair it with spring colors. Tamara said, I would say white because it's light and airy. That is so true. Rosalind said white. Yes. Now the black is not bad. At first I bought black ones, but what I'm finding is that I use white a lot more, and white will look a lot more elegant when it comes to a light and airy wedding or graduation or event. So I would most definitely do that. Okay. And again, if you guys want to shop, I just added the link. You can tap on the link. I'm going to try to pin it at the top and you guys can shop there. I would do white, but my very first client wanted black. And so if that's the case, then you have to go with what the client wants, right, Desiree? So you did the right thing. So with the stains on the white, I use OxiClean. That cleans out a lot of stains. Also, another thing that you can use to clean out stain, of course, is Clorox. There are a lot of like great stain cleaners in terms of whenever you're dealing with the white. And so, and with the price point, they're not very expensive. If it gets to the point where the white, you just can't fix it, which is really odd, especially with OxiClean, then you use those on the food table because they're going to get stained anyway on the food table. And so with my linens that are clean, but they still may have a stain that OxiClean couldn't get out, like I said, that's extremely rare. I would turn around and use that on my food table. I hope that helps. Does that help you, Stephanie? Okay. Also, yes. And then on the round white ones that I'm currently highlighting, and again, if you guys are joining me on YouTube, tap on the link that's pinned in the first comment. If you want to make it look a little elegant, I'm loving the green, sage green cheesecloth, but I have this also in like, I have it in, this is like a, what is this? Dusty pink. It's called a dusty pink. But if you added a cheesecloth runner onto the table, it kind of dresses it up and it makes it look extremely elegant. Thank you so much, Blessed. Yes, it'll dress it up and make it look really, really elegant. So I want to give you guys an example of that as well. So again, if you have questions, you guys, this is an open forum. Feel free to ask me questions, and they are great. These particular ones I just love. And you know what else I love about these? The ones that of course I have the ones that connect under the feet as well. But when I started seeing the ruffle ones, there were several things I loved about them. One of them, I felt like the ruffle was a little bit more formal and a little bit more elegant and elevated looking. But what was the second one? Y'all tell me in the chat. I'm going to tell y'all this. The second reason I love them is because, feet are made different. The legs are made different on all different types of tables. So some legs may be, right on the end. Some legs may be closer to the middle. So it's hard to, really get the legs connected underneath there. And all 8-foot tables are not made equally. Some of them are wider than others, which makes it a little bit harder to detach it. Then you have to lift the table up to snap it under, which I'm not mad about that because that works for me, especially if you are doing like an outdoor event. And so I love that about it as well. But the last thing I loved about it is that it saved my back. So the older I'm getting and the less I have to bend, I am all for that. And so I love these because they're elegant, they're elevated, easy to maintain, wash, etc. You don't have to snap them underneath. And if you're using them on guest tables, because before, if I was doing more of an elevated event like a wedding, I would not use the stretch tablecloth that popped underneath the table. I just felt like that wasn't really elegant. But yeah, they're very lightweight when you want to carry them to your venue. And so there are just a lot of different tips for that. a lot more benefits to those. And I'm not telling you to get rid of your other ones, okay? Those are still great for outdoor. They're great for food tables. They're great for parties. They still have their place. Don't get it twisted. But I do love these. Ever since they came out with these, I have been in love with them. Valerie over on YouTube said, I ordered the black ones first because I used them for the coffee bar. And yes, that is so good. That is so good, Valerie, because, you know, with a coffee bar or a soda bar, you may get syrup on it and things like that, and black tends to hide more. And so I do love that factor as well. Any other things or pointers that any of you guys want to share? Again, if you're watching me, on Amazon, you can find all of the items pinned down below. If you're watching me on YouTube, I pinned all of the links to the first comment. So when you go in and you add in, you know, your extra say like your cheesecloth runner, you know, number one, it adds that texture to the table. It saves you a lot of time and a lot of money, and so, and it's very affordable to add the cheesecloth runners as well. Is it Adania? Thank you so much for following and welcome. And so you can get these in all different types of colors as well. All right. Any other questions about the tablecloths and the runners before we move forward? I want to make sure we don't have any other questions. No questions? Okay, so we're gonna move on because I have so many different other items that I wanted to showcase with with you guys or share with you guys on tonight. And so again, these are some beautiful pieces. These are pieces that you can add as you go because they are budget friendly, right? And so you are so led of the spirit. These are, oh, you're looking to get these for an upcoming event. Awesome. That works, doesn't it? That works well. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, so another thing you want to look at for your weddings and events, you guys, that I just think is incredible. I love these table numbers. These are so beautiful. They're so elegant. They are so sophisticated. It's like, I just love them. And they are, you know, acrylic and gold. And I price these other places. And when I tell you they are pricey, y'all, they are very, very pricey. They are very expensive. And so I thought these were beautiful to add in to your weddings and to your events. They are very budget friendly here. And they just kind of elevate your table, you know, especially when you don't have a lot of decor. Especially when you don't have a lot of decor. They'll definitely elevate your table. Y'all, I'm seeing a lot of comments. Let me get these. I'll say Camilla said, I use these tablecloths for a lot of outdoor events for my buffet tables. I too love that they came out with these no holes in the foot areas of the table. That's another great point, Camilla. It's just a lot of pluses. And so I just like to showcase and share all of the different things that are coming out, y'all. And so you can, really choose from all of the things that I'm showing you guys, and you can go from there. Hi, Raquel. Hi, Zena. Thank you all so much for joining. Okay, so let's let's move on. I'm going to show you guys another thing you could use is a table number, and you can customize it. And I have that also in the carousel. And I love doing this, y'all, because this is a great way to kind of add to your. So either you can do the table number that's already done for you, or if you want to add in like a special color or a special theme, you can do that with these table numbers, the 4x6 acrylic sign holders. And I just design them inside of Canva, and then I will print them off at like CVS or Walgreens for a fraction of the price, right? And so I use these all the time. Kayanne, thank you so much for following. Welcome to the Lux for Less family. Y'all welcome Kayanne in the comments. And these are great. So either one of these are good to elevate your tables, but both of these are very budget-friendly ways to elevate your tables. Any questions? Can you guys tell me something else that you use these table numbers for, or the acrylic signs for? You guys know I have a ton of ideas, but I want you guys to share with the chat so that we can learn from each other. It is so amazing, Valerie. Yes. A menu. Yes, Vita. It's great for a menu. Thank you, Pamela. Welcome. What else? Yes, Deborah said menus. What else, y'all? Photos. Yes, Valerie. What else? Meeting itinerary. Yes, Candy. I love it. Kim said photos. Yes. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to add here? Treat tables. You can use them to, what are you going to do with them on the treat tables? Inspirational sayings. That's great, Deborah. Menu cards, buffet signs. Yes, Pamela. Food table. Yes, these are programs. Absolutely. These are like what I like to call workhorses. You can use them over and over and over and over again. That's the beauty of them. And so I did start out getting the 5x7s, but then I moved to the and the reason I moved to the 4x6s was because it was cheaper for me to print with these. And so I wanted to share that. Hi, Janice. How are you? Hi, Tamara. Oh, great. Yes, reserve signs. So many different reasons you can use these, okay? And so I wanted to highlight the treat designer. Oh, Stephanie. Now, why would now here's the thing. Now, you guys can do what you'd like, but I'm not a fan of putting like advertisement on like I wouldn't put a sign that said designed by Melanie Turner, right? Now I may put that in the bathroom, like if people are interested in a wedding. I've done like a bathroom bar and said like compliments of Melanie Turner Designs and Events, scan here to learn more. But I'm not a fan of business cards. I'm not a fan of the DJ hanging up a banner with his phone number for people to book him. I'm not a fan of the band handing out cards saying book me. I don't know. I just, I think you can use that like as a thank you. I think that's up to like the client to do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, for a vendor's table. Yes. Yes. I agree with that, Stephanie. Yes. I like that. Okay. All right. We're on the same page. Oh, yes. Valerie said QR codes. That's a good one. Buffet signs, QR codes, all of the above. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now, for those of you all who are just joining, I'm going to show you just some of the ways that we've used the items that we've talked about so far. And this is just from one video. It's a sage green and white. And I want to show you how you can make just a simple wedding look very elegant and very over the top. And you don't have to just go crazy with some of the decor pieces, okay? All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you. When I share my screen with you and you can see it, I want you to type in the screen. I can see it if you can hear me on both YouTube and on Amazon. Okay, so just simple white linens, white chairs. You guys can see it? Okay, everything's simple, white linens, white chairs, just very, very simple on that part. Let's go in here, the sage runners and the candelabras. You don't really see a lot of flowers. You see a lot of greenery. The flowers are absolutely beautiful. But again, you do not have to go just over the top because you have very, very beautiful white pieces, and it just looks really elevated. You have the white flowers, you have the white greenery, you have white backdrops, the white, everything is white. And so that is definitely an excellent way to upscale your event without having to go, super over the top, and you still make it look extremely nice. And so that's what I meant by, hey, add in those cheesecloth runners, but I like to stay with like the neutrals, the greens. I like to stay with all those things because they really make it look nice. Okay, I hope what I was saying to you guys in that sense, I hope that resonates now that you've seen that full out event. Does that resonate? And again, if you are watching on YouTube, tap on the first link in the top. So we went over the table numbers, the welcome sign. Now this, you can also get the welcome signs done here on Amazon, and they can also customize the welcome signs for you. And again, Zena, if your screen is frozen, go in and come back out. Okay? Is anyone else frozen? Okay. So one of the things that you can do is get it customized as well, and they'll print it and send it over to you. So that is absolutely a huge asset. And then you can also get your arch flowers, and so you don't have to spend a ton on those. You can get like the small one, and then there's a larger one than this, and you can just tie these onto your arches. And this, you get 2 pieces for the $59.99. Now this is a white one. This is the small one in the white, but you can also get, let me get this other one, the blue one. I think Raquel has this one in the blue as well. I have it in blue, white. Y'all know I get all the colors, okay? And so I love getting these pieces because all you have to do is kind of spread these pieces out, and then you can go in and add the flowers because they're large. They're a nice size piece, right? And so you can go in and change out the flowers if you wish, or you can leave them as they are. And so I don't have the video that Raquel had, but hers turned out so beautiful for her event. And so these are nice pieces that you can add in. You just get the color that you need for your wedding or for your event, and you are good to go. You are good to go. Now, these do come in several different colors. The backdrop draping kit, it comes with the actual drapes. It comes with the flowers. It does not come with the arch. And so I always have to remind people that it does not come with the arch, but you can get it in like the white and beige. You can get it in a 2-piece white. You can get it in so many different colors. Let me just share this with you so you can see actually how to shop that piece. Yes. So yeah, Raquel, I do have the blue set. Love them. Yes. And I'm telling you, they are like worth the price point. But I'm going to show you really quickly how to shop these pieces here on Amazon. And so what you want to do is when you click on the drape kit, you look at the color you want. So do you want the white and the beige? Do you want the two-piece white, which is the small, these are the smaller signs, okay? Then you want to make sure you're looking at the arch or a sign. And that way you know what size you kind of want, and you just kind of slide over it. You can buy it with the pieces or without. So it just kind of goes, the color is white and beige, you get the silk fabric and all of those pieces. And so that is what you get in your set. Okay? Awesome. All right, so we've already gone over the and we're going to stop sharing my screen here. Well, not really. Let's do this. Let's stop sharing my screen for a second, and I'm going to set something else up for you guys to see, and I'm going to grab the actual piece to you, okay? To share with you as well. Okay, so this is a piece.
This chandelier centerpiece is absolutely stunning and so easy to put together. It came with very quick and easy to read instructions. The first thing that I did was I added all of the hooks onto it to make the process easier and faster when putting it together. It is so beautiful, perfect for weddings and events. I have 2 of these left over, although all of the sections have been filled in. The important thing to remember is to make sure to push this clamp all the way down on the back so that when you connect it to your centerpiece, they don't fall off. So I'm going to put these 2 extra ones up because you may need them later. So I was ready to put on a 3rd tier, and for this final tier, you want to make sure that the holes are facing downward, and the shortest chandeliers were going to go on the top tier. This.
Oh, okay, hold on. I love this piece, y'all. I really do. Hold on, let me get the screen. Okay.
This chandelier centerpiece is stunning and so easy to put together. It came with very quick and easy to read instructions. The first thing that I did was I added all of the hooks onto it to make the process easier and faster when putting it together. It is so beautiful, perfect for weddings and events. I have 2 of these left over, although all of the sections have been filled in. The important thing to remember is to make sure to push this clamp all the way down on the back so that when you connect it to your centerpiece, they don't fall off. So I'm going to put these 2 extra ones up because you may need them later. So I was ready to put on a 3rd tier, and for this final tier, you want to make sure that the holes are facing downward, and the shortest chandeliers were going to go on the top tier. This turned out absolutely stunning. I cannot wait to use it for my next wedding or event. Comment bling and I'll.
Okay. So that is, Rosalind said, I cannot wait for mine to be delivered. It is absolutely beautiful, you guys. One of my favorite new pieces. And it's one of those pieces that will look stunning if you are using it, just with a clean backdrop or a clean tablescape, okay? Another thing that you can use also is the candlelight.
These candelabras are absolutely stunning. They come in 3 different sizes. You have the taller version, you have the medium size, and you have the small. They're very super easy to assemble. I love these for weddings and events. If you're ever wanting to make sure that they stand straight up, just burn it on the bottom, pull up your wick, and then stick it down straight up inside of your stand, or you can use candle fitters. I got the set of 30 because you can easily mix and match them on your guest tables. You get 3 sets of 10, the small, the medium, and the large. They're perfect for your head tables, your guest tables, or your sweetheart table. Okay. You can also use them in your home decor. They're very versatile.
And so that is another one of my favorite pieces there as well. And I love them because, again, they are very versatile. They're very budget friendly. They're timeless. They're elegant. They're sophisticated. They're all the things. So that is another centerpiece option as well. And so the first centerpiece, Corinne's, the centerpiece, the gold one, it is, I want to say 32.28 inches, and the link to it is pinned at the top on YouTube. And Audrey, I'm going to assume that you're talking about the gold centerpiece that I just shared, and it is 32.28 inches. So it does come in a 35 inch and it comes in a 43 inch. So you can get it however tall you want to, but the one that I'm showcasing here is no. It's yeah. It's the 32 inch one. Okay? But it does come taller. And they come in both gold and silver. Is that your question, Audrey, about this one? It comes in both gold and silver. Okay, so Kim, if I were using the you can actually purchase just the glass chimney covers on Amazon, but if I were using those not in my home, if I was using them for a wedding and they did not allow the open flames, of course I would probably use the battery operated candles anyway, and so that is what I would use. But you can buy the glass chimneys here on Amazon too. How many of which one would I use for an event, Valerie? The gold ones, the tall one I just shared, or the candle, the tea light candles? You want me to tap on them or actually show you? You want me to go get them and show them to you physically, Desiree? Is that what you're asking? Yes, Kim. Hey, Carlotta. Thank you so much. Okay, I just tapped on them, Desiree. They're the 10 sets, the 30 pieces. Valerie, are you referring to the gold ones? If I were using them for an event, I would go with 2, 4, or 6. I always like to use even number. Yes, a tall chandelier. I would do 2, 4, or 6. Preferably, I like to do 4 for something like that for them to really stand out. But it depends on how many centerpieces I have total. But I like to try to do at least 4 of something like that. But 2 would be, if I used it like on a food and drink table or a bridal table, I would probably do 2. Okay? Okay, I hope that helps you. Y'all, we got a lot. Hi, Robin. Yes, Rosalind, that's good. Okay, we got a lot more to cover, y'all. So let's move along because I got some more new stuff here that I haven't shared with you all. And the next one are these Meldale wedding chair decorations. They're great for like the aisle. And again, if you're on a budget, these are great to have. Here we go. These are great to have. Oops. These are great to have because when you're thinking about it, think about it. When you buy all these things separately, like the ribbon and the floral pieces and the greenery, you can't buy it cheaper separately than you can get it for, when you buy them as here in a bulk, right? And if you want to add more flowers to it, if you wanted to have a little bit more flair, you can do that too. But you want to make sure that you start with fluffing everything out. And so these are, hi Trisha, thank you for following Mavis. Welcome to the Lux for Less family. So these are some little chair decorations. You get 10 of these in a pack, so they're like $5 a piece. They're already pre-assembled with the ribbon and everything on it, or you can change the ribbon out, and then it has like the long ivy pieces on it as well. And I like to go in and just kind of spread all of this out because the more you fluff it and spread it, the better it looks, right? And so you want to take the time to do that because a lot of times people are like, oh, that looks skimpy, that looks, whatever. But you got to take the time to, give it some character, give it some life, let it flow, let it, you know what I mean? Just let it do its thing. And so these get 10 of these pieces for this price point. And I thought that was excellent for like down the aisle when you just need some simple decor down the aisle. You don't need a whole lot. You don't have a whole lot of money or a whole lot of time, or both. You know what I mean? This is something great that you can do, and then you can add in whatever colors you like to add in. And that's just with me fluffing it out. These are by Meldale. They do have several. They come 10 in a pack. So I have all 10 of them over here in the box. And so I will tell you that after the event, I did not take my time to put them back in here like I should have. Do that because they can get a little tangled within each other. So what I would do is just take the opportunity to wrap the ribbon around the handle of it so that it won't, get all tied in with the other pieces. They can be used on the back or on the side of chairs, just like you see them being used in the photo. And they also come in several different colors, but I love the fact that you get 10 of these for this price point. So that's like less than $6 for one piece. And that to me is a great price. And the brand is Meldale. They also do really pretty like corsages and boutonnieres and things of that nature. I like them for those as well. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next item. And I showed you guys this is the faux arch. I showed y'all the white, the blue one, and I showed you the white one. So we'll move on to this next piece. This is another one of my favorite pieces by Ling's Moments. And this is a big long piece. And it comes with the little sashes, and you just tie these on to the chairs as well. And you can tie these down the aisle if you want to make a little bit more of a bigger impact. So I'm just going to show you the difference from a budget perspective. So this is, $5 each, and this is, like $10 or so each. Okay. So this is a different. Hi, Stephanie. Yes, they are so nice and versatile, Pam. Thank you, Corinne. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's my first one. Thank you. And you can add in more flowers to this if you want to. But I love these pieces, okay? They're great for owl decorations. And I also, y'all know what? I use them on centerpieces too. I've used them a lot on centerpieces. So that is another one that I wanted to showcase on tonight. Oh, I put that one in the wrong box because I got so many flowers. I have the Ling's Moment flowers. I have the arch flowers. I have the smaller flowers. I have flowers everywhere. I have so many flowers tonight, y'all. So those are all the different types of flowers that you can use, but they are all budget friendly and they all can cover a significant space. Now, if you want to elevate like your drinking and all of that, I highly recommend this 100-pack set from Focus Line. It is my go-to whenever I get a client. I'm sending them this link right here. And I'm like, okay, go ahead and order your cups and your plates and all of that because it instantly elevates your event. And so these come in a pack of 100. And they hold 4.5 ounces. These are great for toasting, for like your cake and, things of that nature. And great price point for these. And they look great with the gold. I like this. Is my favorite brand of this particular plates and all of that. I hate to move along, but I need to. Hold on. This one right here, Good Luck. I love the Good Luck brand. And so this is just like your simple white and gold. And then you put that with your plate. You've already elevated everything, right? And it comes with the fork, the knife, and the spoon. And then I add these in because I like the taller wine looking glasses versus the short ones that actually come with that. And so that's what I like using by the Good Luck brand. Okay. And so they are some of my favorite pieces. And that is by Focus Line. And I use it all the time. That's my go-to. That's my favorite brand. And I think it just instantly elevates your weddings and your events on a budget. And then I also love these napkin rings. Y'all know how much I love them. I've shared these with you guys many times before. They look absolutely stunning on a table. And oh my goodness. And the price point is just insane. The price point is insane, I'm telling y'all. And so with this particular one, you get a lot of these in the packet for the price point. And so, and they are very well made. Like, I've tried to bend it with all my might. I can't bend it. Haven't been able to break it. And those are real stones inside of the centerpiece. Okay. Hi, Rosalind. Any questions? Any questions on this, you guys? Okay, so I'm going to show you.
Hey, y'all. Welcome.
I'm going to show you guys what these look like on a table. Just because I'm being extra. Hold on. Okay, you should be able to see my screen. Okay, look at the napkin rings. Hold on, I didn't focus in. Hold on. Let me go to where. Y'all can see it right there. Look at that. You see how beautiful? Let me go back. You see how beautiful the napkin rings are? These are the napkin rings. Gorgeous, stunning. And the same table numbers that I showed you guys earlier. Same table numbers. Okay? All right. So, that's what I mean by just really elevating that overall look. When you're looking and you're on a budget and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You have this resource. You can come and find a lot of these things on great deals. Also doing smaller florals. I use these urns, you know, because if you do like a smaller flower, one of my students, Shannon, sent these to me tonight. She did an event. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. And I thought it was so good. Hold on. Shannon, if you're on here, I'm so proud of you. She did an event for a political figure tonight. And she used these on her table. You see them right there? She used them on her table tonight. You can't make this stuff up. And so these are great to use for your events, especially, like I said, let me see if I can pull it up. You see it? If y'all can see it, say I see it. I just want to make sure y'all can see it. And so she just sent me this from an event she did tonight for a political candidate. And again, they something you can use for a wedding, something you can use for a corporate event. If you're on a budget, if you just want things to look nice and you don't want to have to use a ton of florals, that is a great option. I also like using this metal centerpiece. This is also a really good option. Y'all know I love this one of my favorite centerpieces. You can just kind of, I think this is my first centerpiece I ever sold out on Amazon because it was new. And then the other one that we were looking at, like this one, was so expensive. And so this was another one of my favorite pieces to share as well. Dustin said those are nice. Thank you, Dustin. And these are pretty tall. I like to use these for weddings and events as well. And again, they're easy to break down. So like whenever I break it down, I store one inside of the other because it's easy to carry and break down and assemble. You can wait till you get to your venue and assemble this on the spot. And then I make sure I leave this part right here at the top so that they don't get connected and jammed together. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So now that we have that centerpiece covered, and we talked about the good luck piece, and then thank you. You haven't used, you got to use them, Phyllis. Or don't buy a new one until you use what you have. Okay. Now, the 12, the centerpieces, I have like the entire set over here. This, it comes in a small, to medium, and a large. And for the smaller one, I like to use these activated candles. You know, I showed you guys this before. You can get them in the 3-inch, and when you put it in, the light comes on. When you take it out, the light goes off. Or you can do the 3-inch, but this is a little big for this particular one. And so I like to use the smaller one, but you can get this in a set of 3, and this is always a great option whenever you are on a budget. And also keep these in the box that you get them in from Amazon. Keep them in the box. You're good to go. You can also, if you want to take some of these pieces, let's say like these pieces, you know what I mean, and lay them on a table from the wedding ceremony. You can put like candles and like lay the candles inside of this, right? And make a centerpiece. That's a budget friendly centerpiece. I just thought about that. I can hear my Lux Academy students saying, now that's a Lux tip. Okay. You have those? Awesome, Valerie. Okay. So next is like for the guest book. They can use a Bible and have everyone to highlight their favorite Bible verse. And this is an acrylic sign that I got right here from Amazon. And I actually found one for cheaper. And I didn't mean to add both of them. But this, I think it's the one that I have, the $6.99 one. And you can also get one if you wanted to do it like in the green or in the color of your wedding or event. You can do that as well. Okay. And then you can use that Bible later on in your home. That can be something you can pass down. That can be kind of like a keepsake for your family. And just kind of like, for legacy. And I love doing things and sharing things for legacy. So that's one of my favorite things to do. And so that is some of my favorite pieces, you all, for a budget friendly wedding or event. I hope you guys got something from this tonight. I forgot to add in the cake set. If you guys are interested in this, I will add it to the carousel, but I showed this last week. It's just a gold one, but it's on sale for $7. The gold cake and knife set, it's on sale for $7. So that is also good to have because they are not cheap anymore. And so I wanted to showcase that one. And you can also get this one personalized if you want to. You can get someone to etch on it, or you can personalize it using a Cricut or something of that nature. So if you need that one, it's on deal right now for $7. Let me know and I will add it to the chat. And if you guys have any other questions, okay, Bless said yes, add it please. Okay. And if you guys have any other questions, I'm going to leave the floor open as I'm adding this. I'm going to leave the floor open for you all to ask any questions that you may have. That's what I'm going to do. So any questions you may have, feel free to ask them now. Did you guys enjoy the live stream tonight? Let me see what questions you have. I think I have it added for you. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Okay, let's think about how do you determine Oh, Kim, now that's definitely a Lux Academy question. I go through a whole segment in that, and I promise you it would take longer than we did to do the live tonight for me to answer that. It's not really a black and white question. It's really kind of gray, honestly. Okay, so the knife is there. You're welcome. Kim, you'll have to join us. Yes, they do, Tamara. Go in and look. They have all different types of. I know, like, one of them had, like, the pattern ones. Like, it was gold and white, I think it was, with flowers on it. I seen that one, but I'm not. Just go in and look. It just depends on availability and your guest count. If not, just look beneath it and look for whatever pattern you're looking for. But I think the only pattern one I've ever used was like a gold and white flowers. I can't wait to have you, Dustin and Kim. What napkin would you pair with a cheesecloth runner? Probably just a regular satin or a lemoire or cotton. Nothing really silk or fancy for sure. Awesome. What's the general rule of thumb for renting the various arches? I'm not sure what question, what, like, I don't know how to answer that question. From a pricing point, from a number point, like, I'm not sure what that, I need more information for that one, Kim. You're welcome, Melissa. Yes, 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 Phyllis. Okay, let's think about Thursday, y'all. So this is for my YouTube people and for my Amazon folks over on Amazon. And again, if you're joining me on YouTube, the chair flowers and centerpieces I just showed you. Did you not see that, Miss Dawn? I'm saying, like, this is your flower, right? You would take your vases and place them around a flower. Have you seen, like, the vases with greenery going through them? You can use this flower like that. Look it up, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find one real quick. You can't beat it, can you, Kim? For the price, for the quality. Okay. Now, Thursday, do we want to do like a shades of pink Thursday where I can show y'all like rose gold, blush pink, like something similar to this, like we're doing a wedding or an event, but the color is pink and we go in and do pink because I got a lot of new pink stuff. We could do that Thursday. What do you guys want to see? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat what you want to see while I look this up really quick for Miss Dawn. I'm listening. Because I pulled a lot of stuff. I pulled some pink, and I didn't even get to it all. I have some flowers. I had some stuff. And Mother's Day is coming up, so that's another reason why I was thinking about pink. It'll be here before we know it because, like, I'm telling you, like, literally, it literally flew by. Pamela, I linked the knife set. Do you see it? I linked it. It's all the way at the end. Let me highlight it. Okay, Tamara. What should we name it? Should we name it Shades of Pink Soiree? Shades of Pink. What should we name it, y'all? I'm going to give you what you want. Okay, Miss Pam, I got something for you. Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen. This is for Miss Pam over on YouTube. I agree, Corinne's. Okay. All right, can you see my screen, Miss Pam? This is what I mean. It's really a set of 3 of these. I just have one with me right now, but it's a set of 3, right? And so you would take this and put this one in between and make a centerpiece if they're on a budget. Got it? When you get it, say got it. When you get it, say got it. YouTube, when you get it, say got it. That's just a different, that's one example of how you can use that. And so there are a lot of times people use the candles and then they mix it in with the greenery. Okay. Okay, you guys. So see you guys Thursday for Shades of Pink. And I just so happen to have an event coming up this week with pink. So maybe I'll take you guys on site where I'm actually decorating in pink. So be sure to come on in, y'all. Invite your friends, invite your event planning buddies. Don't be a gatekeeper. Share the news, and the more you guys share, the more I'll share with you. So be sure to invite someone when you come back. Let them know I'll be going live. They can join me, catch me on Amazon or on YouTube. The link is on YouTube in the pinned comments. And of course, those of you on Amazon know how to shop the carousel down below. Thank you all so much for joining me. Tonight has been absolutely incredible, you guys. I love you all to the moon and back. I have some work to do. I have lots and lots and lots of work to do. But we'll see you guys Thursday for Shades of Pink. I'll see you guys at the next one. Until next time, it's Melanie with Living Luxuriously for Less. Good night.